first of all and foremost, welcome to Two Fat Guys at the Movies. We just saw Onward, and I want to say, damn you, Disney Pixar, for making me care, giving me the feels.
Hey guys, it's Armadillo, MyChaplanet.com, and Onward. God damn you, freaking Pixar. Okay, so first off, this movie doesn't have a villain.
Not really.
There's no villain. It's got one of those life lessons that you don't think about.
It's not just like one of those the journey, it's where the journey leads you, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So basically, okay. So the story is, it's in a world where there was magic, wizards, and then people realized magic was hard, and
so basically it's
became the modern world,
the Industrial Revolution, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, it's easier to do this. It became the like you said, the Industrial Revolution, and we're now in the modern world. But people,
it's a fantasy world.
It's a fantasy world in the modern world, and the history is like a Dungeons and Dragons.
It's funny is when we noticed
because I'm cold.
We noticed on the poster that the Chris Pratt character Barley, I believe
his name is Barley. Yes.
On his jacket, he had look like he has a 20-sided dice.
Yep.
And then after seeing the movie, he's like, yeah, all right, that totally makes sense. And okay, first of all, let's just obviously spoiler, blah blah. There's stuff that happens. Let's not spoil it too much. Let's just let people go see it if they want to see it. I mean, it's if you got family, bring them, and bring some tissues.
God damn you!
You're gonna need them.
Okay, so I don't cry in movies. There's only 2 movies I've ever cried in where I've actually legitimately had to oh, fuck, I'm crying.
Never watch that. Never watch What's Eating Gilbert Grape because, dude, you'll Niagara Falls for Angelo.
Yep, and then Old Yeller.
But anyway,
I just had a moment of Old Yeller.
Anyway, so we're not going. I mean, there's not a whole lot to spoil. It's because it's like adventure.
It's okay. So if you are into fantasy novels or you play D&D and you're interested in that kind of stuff, it's definitely a movie to watch. It has a lot of Easter eggs to Dungeons and Dragons. It has a lot of
not just Dungeons and Dragons, but like fantasy or just kind of one of those things like you kind of go see it and go ha. Like there was a scene. If you've seen the trailers, you've seen the little pixies. Well, they're tearing up this convenience store, and one of the pixies is basically
eating pixie dust.
I don't know, almost kind of slamming down a pixie stick.
Pixie sticks, yeah.
And then there was one where Ian, right? His name
is Ian. Yes.
Tom
Holland played Ian, and Chris Pratt
was Barley.
One
of the other funny Easter eggs, if you don't, it's one of those things. If you don't get the joke, I mean, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you'll obviously get it. There was some kind of a restaurant called something Shire or Shire something, and on there
Burgershire.
What?
Burgershire.
And,
second breakfast.
Yeah, now serving second breakfast.
I was like, yes. Okay, so like I said, we're not going to actually spoil this one, which is kind of, we usually don't do that. We usually spoil the shit out of it. What I will say about this movie is that the main point of the movie is Ethan's dad has passed away. He passed away. They didn't say what he passed away from. He just got ill and he died.
It's just
and it was like the younger son was too young to even remember his dad. So I'm assuming he's a toddler.
The way I'm thinking that because they showed like various pictures that Ian had hung up on a corkboard.
Yep.
And it looked like one where it was like Barley, the dad, mom, were in a picture. Then the next picture was Ian, maybe a year
3.
I go from 1 to 3 because it's a fantasy world.
And then you were talking about a world of magic. I mean, this is all stuff that was shown in the trailer, so it's not like we're spoiling it, but like basically. He gets a magic spell, and I like the idea that Barley, who's all into like D&D and like the history of their, because it's like history of their world. Like he's like, no, this is history, magic is real, blah blah blah. This is based off of history, and no, he's like, yeah, whatever, right? But the one person who doesn't believe in any of that is the only one who's actually able to do the magic. You know, which I thought was interesting, and then of course, you know, the dad only comes back halfway, and they go on a journey. They go on a family journey.
Hilarity ensues.
It's funny. About midway through the movie, is when it starts hitting you, where it's like, oh, and then you don't think about it. You know, there's a lot of now that I think about it, there's a lot of telltale signs throughout the entire movie what the ending was going to be, and like, or what it was building up to.
Yep.
Because like the whole thing, you're like, oh man, I hope Eden gets to see his dad and everything, and like when you get to that moment where, like, I would say was kind of the climax of the movie, really. That's when it all hits you, and that's when I'm just like, my glasses came off, and I was just like, this son of a bitch, Pixar. I looked over at you. I looked over at Mr. J for a second. He's just like this, just kind of snarling, "Fuck you, I won't cry."
Yeah,
I think I probably broke in. I wouldn't say broke out in tears, but I probably like felt teary.
I'm not gonna lie,
probably 3 times in this movie.
My eyes did kind of water at the end part.
The ending was, I mean, okay, so if you've ever had family members, like whether or not you spent like mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, anybody that's like a direct, I would say direct family that you were either super close with and you lost, and you know, they passed away, or maybe you're just, you know, if you're in a situation where like your mother passed away when you're super young, your dad passed away when you're super young, or brother, sister, whatever, and you never really got a chance to really get to know them, you know, and then you get the opportunity to get to know them. You know, that's kind of where it kind of hits you. And like for me, like from, you know, not to get too, you know, tear-jerky here, but my mom, you know, I spent a lot of time with my mom, but then now that I look back, there are moments that I wish I had spent more time with my mom. You know what I mean? And I'm sure everybody can feel that way. You know, I guess it comes down. I guess the movie had a pretty damn strong, for being a Pixar movie, and for being a movie like about fun and magic, and it really had a strong message.
Fuck you, Pixar.
Really,
this is the last movie I'm ever going to see of yours, at least this month.
It had a really strong, you know, value I guess that was the message. It was like, value the time you have with the people that,
yep.
and don't take the people in your life for granted. No matter what the situation is,
because,
no matter.
Yeah, that has something to do with the mom's boyfriend. Which, again, another one of those things where, all right, the mom.
I didn't see that coming in the trailers. That was interesting.
Actually, I did find out, well, because I read about the whole, you know, there was a lesbian police officer. I'm one of those people.
I didn't even realize that until you just said that. Now that another scene clicks in my head.
Girlfriend.
The scene clicks in me now.
I'm one of those people. It's cool that they're including this, you know, for the younger audience to, as they get older, accept people. I mean, I'm one of those people. I like to think I can accept person who they are, gay, straight, black, white, whatever. I don't care.
Doesn't really matter to me.
I'm one of those people. If I don't like you, I don't like you, and it has nothing to do with your sexual sexual orientation,
Yep.
color, whatever. You know, I don't. Hell, I got one of my buddies is originally from. Close to the Middle East, isn't he?
No.
But you know what? I got no problem with him. He got no problem with me. But anyway.
But anyways, the message of this movie, which completely blew me out, because I did not. Okay. You know, when I went to this movie, I went to this movie expecting, okay, so it's a world of magic. Magic's gone. It's not gone, but it's forgotten. He wants to see his dad. Here's your dad made a spell that I can come back for a day. They have to go on a quest to finish the spell. He gets his dad back, and it's like, yeah, you know, teary. There'd be like a teary moment at the end. I've seen that movie before. I've seen a movie before where somebody is dead,
that movie.
where somebody died and they didn't get to see them, and then they go on a quest to get to see them, and then they get to see them, and they had that one short moment. It's like, you know, like, I'm proud of you, son.
You know, just like
you know,
Eminem says, you had one shot and blah blah.
Right.
Anyway.
That's what I thought. I really thought the movie was going to be a pretty basic movie.
Yeah, basically the end was going to build up to where there's the dad, just I love you, hugs, blah blah blah. But again, quick back to the mom's boyfriend. It's funny. He's a centaur. His first name's Colt, last name Bronco.
Was it really?
What? Yes.
I didn't even catch that.
Did you not see on his name? name badge. All of a sudden, like, once I see the name on the name badge, and I look at the car, like, oh my god, I'm not a car guy, but I know enough about cars to go, oh shit, he's driving a Bronco.
I did not get that. Oh, that's awesome. See, is this a movie that's repeat viewing? Yes.
Also,
Yes, and also we're
both-
definitely going to give this 2 unicorn horns out. This was his is in the back seat. It's definitely a movie that's worth seeing.
However,
If you're a woman, bring your tissues.
if you're a man, bring your tissues.
If you're a man, bring your tissues, but don't let your woman see you crying.
And
'Cause
Diana, if you're watching this, knock it off.
Diana, this would make you cry. Okay, this would make you cry. I literally think this would make anybody
You
cry.
can watch the movie, but don't watch the video.
Don't watch the video. Yeah, it had a really strong message that really, especially if you've had somebody in your family that you've lost and you wish you could see them again, or like you go, man, I guess everybody feels that way, that, you know, you wish you had spent more time with the people you had, even though you probably had 30, 40 years with the person, or 10, 20 years with the person. But it had a really, it really hits you. It really hits you. It was goddamn you.
Oh, fuck you, Pixar.
Fuck you, Pixar.
God damn it.
God damn it.
When we make our trip in May, I'm not buying any of your fucking merchandise. Pixar. I'll buy crap load of Disney shit.
I'm gonna remember this. So we're out there. Anyways, guys, like I said, we're not gonna spoil the movie. I mean,
Yeah.
we've thrown some hints out there.
But, this
There's
is-
no after credit scene because it's not like a franchise. Pixar's not well.
I googled it. There's nothing.
I don't know. I shouldn't have said that because there's Toy Story and Cars, and I just said there's not gonna be a franchise. Honestly,
Yeah,
they could probably make some shorts.
I can see
About
doing
this movie?
shorts.
I can see like they did with like
It's-
Frozen. They made some shorts,
You know,
but I don't think Onwards 2 would really have the same impact as this one.
unless they wanted to call it Onwards again, but I mean,
That's a pretty good title, but
but yeah, it's just one of those ones that you just don't need to do a sequel for, and I really hope Pixar doesn't do that, because then it will just kind of ruin the. Because
honestly, like the theater.
I don't think they could do. I don't think they could do another one without again making the first one look just like, you know, like, really, you're shitting all over the first one.
Yeah, it's one of those movies. It's a one-off. It's definitely a one-off. But
And
then
I'm not-
again, I don't know. It might make. I don't know. It wasn't really full. It wasn't really full theater.
Dude, it's
But it's also a Thursday showing.
technically opening night's tomorrow.
And it's a
but-
kids movie, so people aren't gonna bring their kids on opening. So, you know.
Actually, there were a few kids there.
Well, I weekend will probably be.
Oh yeah, I'm sure tomorrow is gonna be a lot. of
Friday
people.
and Saturday will probably be ridiculous. But anyways, guys,
This is 2 grown men who didn't cry in the cartoon.
This is 2 fat guys crying at the theater.
This is 2 grown men. We didn't cry.
I don't cry.
It was kind of dusty in there though.
You know, the wind today was really strong, so it got,
And yeah,
you know,
so there's some dust in the
dust
in
and
the theaters.
I got dust in my eyes, and, you know, they don't clean the theaters very
Yeah,
well
no, I
here.
didn't
It's-
know.
yeah, it's just, you know, I didn't like, my eyes weren't red. I was
I
was
mean-
rubbing them, I guess, you know.
And there's, you know,
It's a bad habit. I should stop doing
and
that.
I think when we went and saw Spider-Man, there was some idiot who took their foot out of their sandal and decided to stick it on the seat. So if you're one of those people, don't do that.
Don't do
It's
that.
gross.
Don't do that. It's gross. Don't do that, gross. I will say one thing before we end this video. Never trust a dragon on the wall.
Nope.
Don't trust it. Especially when it says go dragon.
Yep.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a like. Be sure to buy our merch, or Mr. J will take off his belt, and I
No,
swear to God he will beat Pork Chop.
I will go get another belt because I need
He
my
needs his
to
belt. He
pull my
needs his
pants
belt.
up.
Yeah. He'll have a second belt that he will beat Pork Chop with. Alright guys.
Right.
Peace out.
Peace. I turned the fucking camera off.